whatever. Interactive stories, I do believe. I don't want to restart. This is that the one we already did? But I don't want to restart it. Let me grab this. Claim. Maybe that'll change it out. Get a reward for each ending. Oh, I see. You have to do different endings. Okay. Well. So you have to get a different ending for each one. Okay. Now that makes sense. Confirm. Okay. Let's see. Since we already read it. But he heard this wild story at a disco party. A woman was driving home alone at night when the radio... I forget which way I did it. I think I did... phone drove. Let's see if what happens if she keeps on driving. The woman was understandably spooked. There was no way she'd answer her phone in a situation like this. The car behind her was clearly after her, and she had to focus on driving to make sure her hands wouldn't shake on the steering wheel. Number 2. Let's see. I think I slowed down the last time. No. This one's actually a new option. Swerve. But I don't really want to swerve. That seems like it would crash though. But I'm going to choose it anyway. The driver kept chasing her. The woman, thinking the driver was harassing her, got angry and decided to teach him a lesson. She began swerving. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're gonna swerve some more. Finally, the woman got really angry. She swerved, ramming into the other vehicle. The driver was clearly shocked, and this time he drove away. Oh my goodness. The woman sighed in relief, thinking she had finally shaken off the car that was following her. But what she didn't know... Hang on. That interrupted a common urban legend with an interesting twist. Through its details, I can see how the story was spread far and wide. That's my favorite part about collecting these tales. Okay, so, but what she didn't know was that a kidnapper had been hiding in her backseat all along. He had been unable to act due to that car, but now was his moment to strike. Oh no! Holy cow. That's crazy. Okay, so we got that one. That's 2 out of 3. So let's get the third one. Dang. So okay, pull over. She hesitates for a long time. The car behind her frightened her too much to search for the ringing Motorola. In the end, she pulled over and watched the car cautiously. To her shock, it immediately braked and parked right next to her. It was then that the woman realized there was no driver in the other vehicle at all. It was an old black sedan with an ominous aura, like a messenger from hell. The woman screamed and ran away from her car. She regretted it immediately, fearing the car might try to hit her. But instead, the ghost car simply turned on its headlights and honked. Then, to her surprise, her beautiful car honked back, and both cars drove off together, leaving her behind. To this day, they say the duo still haunt Highway 77. Okay, now that one's funny. A classic urban legend, though exaggerated and embellished, it retains much to the original charm. Worth noting down. I like that one. Alright, so we got all 3 on that. Alright. To get all these endings before doing that one. Okay. So, here. Buddy, I heard this wild story at a disco party. A woman was driving home alone at night when the radio started broadcasting news of a local kidnapping. Just then, her phone rang. At the same time, in her rearview mirror, she noticed a car rapidly speeding towards her. So... Can we do... She hesitated for a long time. The car behind her started fighting her. Okay. Let's go with birthday. To keep driving. Speed up. Can we do both of those? No. Do chase. Made the driver even more crazier. Speed up. Gonna end up wrecking. Okay, generate. Watch out, at that moment she heard the driver. Oh, the car behind her lean out the window and shout, "Get out of the car, there's someone in your back seat." Oh, this is a new one. Okay, the woman did so without hesitation. As she locked the car, she saw her boyfriend lying in the back seat, bruised from the repeated bumps. The flowers and cakes he had prepared for her birthday were now completely ruined. Aww. Some of the plot points are a bit far-fetched, but overall it's pretty amusing, worth noting down. Dang. Okay. Pull over always ends up being that one scenario. Do a swerve. That always makes you do a second swerve, and then... Wait! The woman sighed in relief, thinking she had finally shaken off the car that was following her. She checked that her hostess was still tied up in the back seat that had been close. She was almost discovered. Oh my goodness, this feels more like a recycled bit of old news, with all of the really juicy details lost along the way. Disappointing. Alright, we got another ending. Okay, so that... We need one more. Wanted. She was wanted in that one. Alright. One more. Okay. Does it do it when you do the telephone with it? Can't remember. Okay. Let's see. Work. Yeah. A knock came on her window. "This is the police. Come out with your hands up." It turned out that the driver behind... Alright, we got it. An unfortunately bland ending. Definitely a bit forced. I dread to think of the editor's reaction to this. Okay. "This is the police. Come out with your hands up." It turned out that the driver behind her was an undercover cop. The woman was, in fact, the kidnapper. From the radio broadcast, the officer had spotted someone tied up in her back seat. We did it! We got all the endings. Oh, I clicked on... Okay, so that's all the endings for Night Driving, and